I'd like to give a glory and praise and honor to the Most High. We're going to get into it, man. Ephesians 5:15, it says, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but wise, man. So what does that mean? Hey, the Most High wants us to, to pay attention. He don't want you to be out here walking around with your head in the ground, not paying attention towards anything. That's what, walking circumspectly means. You're always watching, you're always paying attention, because it tells you in this verse right here, 1 Peter 5:8, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour, man. That the devil's, he said he's like a roaring lion, man, seeking souls to devour. And the scripture says, as I always say, the wicked watches the righteous and seeketh to slay them, man. So this is why you got to be circumspect. Now, when you look at the lion, I did a video on this years ago, and I'm showing you, the lion is very circumspect. It's a circumspect animal. When it's drinking his water, you never see it with his head buried in the water. He's eating, he's drinking, but he's always looking. He's watching. He's paying attention. He's circumspect. You're not gonna sneak up on him. And this is similar to that story in the Bible. You guys are familiar with that story of Gideon, when the Most High wanted him to choose certain men. He had a large army, but the Most High told him, "Look, man, take the men to the water, and the men that put their face in the water and drank, we don't want them. Take them away. But the men that take the water and bring it to their mouth, you choose those men." And they got cut down to about 300 men. So those men were circumspect, and those are the men that he chose. You can see, this is what the scripture's talking about, being circumspect. You're not walking around as fools, but wise, smart as the serpent, and harmless as the dove. So, man, this is what the scriptures is talking about. Always be circumspect, always watching, paying attention. So, man, so we're going to get into it, man. That's why I told you the Most High, he don't need a large army, man. He chooses the quality over quantity. So right here, 2 Corinthians chapter 2:11, it says, lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So we're not supposed to be ignorant of his devices, man. And at one point, I was. I didn't know nothing about numerology. I didn't know nothing about Freemasonry signs and symbolisms, and these are things that the devil uses. And if you're not careful, you'll be you could be deceived, man. And I've been deceived before, because I didn't know better. Now today what we're gonna be doing, we're gonna be showing you how through numerology, that these Freemasons tried to blood sacrifice me. We're gonna be showing you that today. Now, numbers don't mean anything to the average person, but it means a lot to them. I said that before in previous videos. When you're dealing with numbers, it may not mean nothing to the average person, but this is how these guys communicate. So when something happens, they can look at it and say, okay, this is what the situation was. And I'm not no Mason. I'm not in nothing, but just through me learning about these things, like I said, at one point I was ignorant of his devices, but now I understand, what's going on, and just me being patient, just me being, staying in line with the Most High. Look, he's showing me these things now, So anybody want to say, hey, stop documenting, stop recording all that stuff, you gotta look. You feel something is wrong, and you have the right, to document. And because I'm documenting this, and this is why I'm able to recall these events, So we're gonna get into it, man. All right, we're gonna get into this this video clip, and then we're gonna get it, and then we're gonna get into it, man. Let's check this out.
This movie's called Murder by Numbers. It has nothing to do with numerology, but in the title, they had the backwards 3 for the E, and for the B, they use 8. Why do you think they did this? Because murder equals 83 and 38. Where Big Juke died or was murdered or sacrificed was in Memphis. It's the same numerology, 83, 38. Gematria is not hard to understand.
So right here, murder and gematria, it comes out to 38, and then reverse 83. Like I said, numbers may not mean anything to the average person, but to them it means something, and I'm not really too big in gematria, because I know it is a thing, but some people just take it out of context sometimes, flip the 3, add the 2, add 2 ones there, divided by 10, and it like just some people just, just get crazy sometimes. So it kind of turns me off from it. But, the reason I'm speaking on it is because I can see it and I experienced it and I know what I'm talking about, So, for those of you that do watch my channel, you guys know that I'm a target individual. I told you my story years ago about how, I did live in LA, and my room was broken into and my drink was spiked with a very strong substance. And I felt like that was supposed to put me to sleep, Now, when the cops came to, to cover everything up, they gave me a card. And right now what we're going to do, we're going to look at the card and we're going to see the date on there. Just look at the date on the card. And I'm not making this up. I didn't write this card. They wrote it, and we know the number 38 means murder. So let's look at this card. It's right there. 3818. This is the card they gave me. They said reckless conduct. It was no reckless conduct, because they know what they did. They got to try to cover it up. But they said reckless conduct is a male with mental illness. Ain't nobody mentally ill. We detained subject pending further investigation. He said, I can't really know what he wrote there. Medical deemed not danger to himself and others. Subject released from the station and advised to wait in the lobby. Blah, 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 blah. So this is what they wrote. Because like I said, they broke into my room that night. Or they were just, like the scripture says, the devil is like an adversary, like a roaring lion, He's always watching too. He's circumspect himself. So that these guys are always watching in your room. If you're a target individual, they always watching you. They watching. This is why the scripture says, "Be sober, be vigilant," because they watching you too. Don't walk around here as fools. Be circumspect. So look at the date, 3/8. So like I said, numbers don't mean anything to the average person, but it means something to them. Now at the time, I didn't know nothing about this stuff. But I could look back now, and the Most High showing me things, and I could see this is what it was, and this was a significant day in my life, That's why, and I remember that, and I was thinking back on the dates, So I know, like, okay, this is definitely is something here, Now I'm going to show you another example. All right, this is from my community page. You can go look at my community page yourself. This was my settings is in a different language, but it says 10 months ago. This happened on 2023, last year. If you come back 10 months ago, it's gonna put you in March. So you guys know that I'm not lying to you. And somebody might say, oh yeah, you could have went in there and edited the that date and put that date in there just for context. No, I edited grammatical errors. But this was a date that they gassed my part with carbon monoxide. This was strategically done. But Lord willing, I was able to survive again. They made sure that on this date, they made sure that everybody was out the apartment. And when everybody was out, they gassed it with carbon monoxide. I'm not lying to you. I'm not making this stuff. I'm not lying to you. 3/8/2023. And then to top it off, I also post on my Instagram, so you guys can say, oh, maybe I just put this date in there. No, I'm going to show you one more, because the same day this happened, I posted it here and I posted it on my Instagram. Okay, this is my IG. I just blotted out my handle and stuff like that, and people's things, I don't want that, just on here. But look at the date. You can't change the date on IG, when you upload something. That's set in stone. That's March 8th. The same day that I posted on my community page on my YouTube, I posted it here. And we know that. Look, and this is how I know. The family's in cahoots with them. Look, everybody supposedly got out the apartment that day. I'm not lying to you, and they gassed it with carbon monoxide. And you tell I didn't even write, correctly when I wrote this. March 8th. This is through numerology, you can see what they're doing. And through the Most High showing me this, that, and the third, man. Oh, man. You know, so anybody want to say, oh, you crazy, you this, that, and the third? Most High showing me everything, man. You know, I just got to stay in tune with him, you know. Oh, man. So Luke chapter 20, man. And they watched him and sent forth spies which should feign themselves just men, that they may take hold of his word, so they might deliver him unto the power and authority of the governor. So what's that mean? This is talking about Yeshua HaMashiach. They sent out spies to watch him. Feign yourselves means these people are coming to you, and they were coming around him like they were just and upright men. Like they were, hey, we're your friend. You know, oh, we're here to help you. But the scriptures is telling you right here, these fiend means they're not just men. They know that they were there for ill will. They had a hidden agenda. So this is why you got to stay in the Most High, man. You know, stay connected to the Most High. You know, that's your best ally. You know, and I look at this and I see and I think about, you know, people like Kanika Jenkins. You know, I think she probably would have been able to survive that ordeal if she was in her scriptures. She wasn't. She was trying to hang around these guys, trying to be friends with them. You can't be friends with these guys that's in satanic covens, man. You know, you can't. You know, because they already know what they have set out for you, planned out for you. You know, the scripture says the wicked watches the righteous and seeketh to slay them. It tells you that. You know. Oh, just like how they slay Yeshua Mashiach. That's how they slay them. You know, these prophets. You know. Oh man. So this is what I just wanted to show you guys, man, because the Most High, he was showing me this. You know, like I said, those days were, you know, days that traumatic events happened to me. So I'm gonna remember those dates, and I just made that connection. Like, okay, oh man, this is why I just stayed low. This is why I just stayed to myself. You know, and you know what's going on. And right here, this right here is enough. You know. So hopefully this was edifying, man. You know, be circumspect. You know, be wise as a serpent, like the scripture says, but harmless as the dove. You know, because that devil is also circumspect. You see, this shows you that in the scriptures. Oh man. You know, carbon monoxide is a silent killer, you know, but the Most High had my back, man. You know, still here, man, Lord willing. I'm still pushing the word. You know, yeah. All praises to the Most High, man. You know, that's why, I stay grounded in him. You know, because he's not gonna lead you astray, man. I know that for sure. You know, that's why I've always been somebody that stay low, man. You know, these guys out here, they're not your friends. They're not here to be friends with you. They look at you and they see, you know, an opportunity to gain. You know, that's it. So they're gonna come to you and feed yourselves as just men, like the scripture says. You know. So hopefully it was edifying, man. You know, this is clear cut. All praises to the Most High, man.